It's not going to be the successful first season we wanted in Holland, but we're here for the season end, and then we're going to go through the club and see which positions we need to buy. And I'm going to ask for your advice yet again, like I seem to be doing quite a lot. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Journeyman Save. I am Coach Leftfoot. It's a pleasure to have you with me. And yes, we're into the last two games of the season with the Graafschap, who obviously plucked us from Zorka in Belarus. Thought we did a good job there. We won the league. I just want to point out, I'm pretty sure I made the right decision. So I'm just looking at my keyboard. If we look at FK Zorka, they are very much struggling at the moment. Played 7, won 1. Drawn 1, lost 5, -7, 4 points. And they're not actually that far off safety, but they do appear to be struggling quite a lot. And yeah, bless them. Maybe you could put it down to me jumping ship. They've made a few more signings. They brought in Albert Kapitsky, who we don't know anything about, and they brought in Pavel Shelidako. I really don't miss not being able to pronounce their names. And then some other free transfers. Oxlade Chamberlain, he had some bids on him, but obviously didn't agree a move away or anything like that because he's still there. But if we look at how we've been getting on, then it looks a bit like this. We are still 13th in the table. We drew with FC Os, who I said I was going to come back for, but by the time we got that smashing at the hands of Almere City FC 4-0, we didn't have a chance of getting in the playoffs. So there's no point in coming back for the game against FC Os. But we beat Telstar 1-0. That was the game we last did on Live.com, I think. Then we played MVV Maastricht, drew 1-1, got smashed 4-0 by Almere City FC, who are doing pretty well this year, to be honest. 5th in the Jupiler League. And today we're going to be playing Dordrecht and Young PSV, so the junior PSV team. It's all looking quite strange because the three young teams are at the top of the table. They can't get promoted, so their playoff positions drop down, which means it drops down. So FC Os are finishing 12th probably, or FC Os, one of those three, are going to be finishing 12th, but still get into the playoffs, so could still get promoted to the Premier League, which is really bizarre. But what I do like about this league is that only one team goes down, so we're never in threat of being relegated, which is really, really good. But not too much else to say. Let's go into the game, and I'll see you at kickoff. And here we are. So this is how we line up at home. Etamadi is getting a golden goal. Basically, both goalkeepers their contracts are expiring, so I'm giving them a couple of games each to see which one I want to keep on. Rogiven's actually done pretty well for us. Timothy conceded 4 in that game. He went in goal. So this is sort of his reprise to see if he can have a better game. Mikkelsen, Starman, Dearman and Newport are the back 4. Klaassen, Resevier, Serrans and Driver make up the midfield 4. And then Van der Herk, who scored in the last game, and Some, who also scored in the last game, start up front. They have a very defensive 4-4-2, so hopefully we'll be able to break that down. I'm pretty sure they come into this game as favourites, so it will be a hard game for us. Let's give the fans something to cheer. Brilliant. Who doesn't care about the fans? Well, Driver, that makes sense. He's leaving the club in the summer because he doesn't want to stay. There's a lot more to come from all of you. Brilliant. Nobody really cared about that. We're starting counter. We're still slowing the tempo down a little bit, really. It's basically to just try and be a bit defensive until we realise what we can do with this team. It's quite a hard. It's coming in at this point of the season where you know you're not fighting relegation and you're not really going to get into the playoffs, and if you do, you're probably going to get smashed straight away. Puts you in a position where I've just used these 5 or 6 games that we're in charge for to try and get an understanding of whose contracts I want to renew and who I feel is worthy of staying at the club and fighting for their position. So I've already eyed up a few people whose contracts aren't going to get renewed because they're either paid too much money or they're generally just not good enough to be classed as the first team players that they are. So we'll have a lot of outs in the transfer window. I think a lot of papers released on a free, and we're going to get a lot of people in, I imagine, because our youngsters aren't quite up to scratch for what I want to bring them into the first team. So we're going to look at signing some 21, 22-year-olds, see if we can help the club out in the long term. Maybe get them to make some money for selling them on if we can pick good young players up for free or very cheap. And go from there, really. So I think that's a pretty decent plan. We have a free kick. Our driver standing over it. Short to Resever. Resever on the edge of the box into Van der Herk. He's tackled but keeps it there. Shoots. Low, not very hard. Kloos just bends down and picks it up. And if that's the highlight, that was pretty poor. As it looks like Dordrecht are trying to build up from the back. Playing in their green away kit, even though their colours are red and white, if I remember rightly. But they're moving it forward pretty well. Islamovic comes forward. Ball over the top. Nielsen, they looked offside. He wasn't flagged, but he put it wide anyway. So a bit of a let-off there for the Graafschap. It was a bit of pinball in the box. It was cleared. Newport picks it up to Klassen. Klassen to Van der Hulk. Van der Hulk? I don't know what we're going to call him. Van der Herk. Oh, he gets inside the box, shoots, and if he was the Hulk, he probably would have scored. Newport with a throw-in. He's probably going to give it to the driver. No, he goes back to Serranos, who skins his man well. Into Klassen. Klassen back to Serranrens. Ball across, deflected in off the defender. Amivor puts it into his own net. I know what that's like. I scored an own goal on Saturday. It's horrendous. Nothing you can do about it when it just hits you and goes in. But we score. What is going on here? I definitely put replays on. Oh, why does it automatically turn goals off like that? So annoying. We are 1-0 up, which is very good. If we can end the season on a high, that would be quite useful. I mean, we've literally got no threat of being caught by the team below us or catching the team above us. So we're finishing the season in 13th position, which is mid-table, which is what they want. Which is what the board wanted when we got the job, so it's all going pretty well. I've asked the board for a new senior affiliate to try and get some more extra income. They agreed that that would be a great idea. So if we could get someone, because obviously we're in Holland and you don't need work permits, it would be really good to get like a big Premier League team so they can send youngsters to us that need work permits, because they can live in Holland for 3 years, I think, and then gain nationality. So that would be pretty good if we can try and sort something out with that. I'm going to go for Overbeek has got pace, so I'm going to go for a little different tactic here. We're going to go away from the target man and we're going to go for a poacher who's just going to sit on the last shoulder of the back four for them and hopefully just nick in and grab us another goal, get us a win. Haven't played Overbeek as a striker before, so something that will be, again, a little test we can try. Now it's the end of the season, we've got nothing left to play for. So Kloos out to Stankov, over for Dordrecht. That's a huge ball forward and Nielsen's got it. The defender's just missed it. Shoots, it's an easy clutch for Temde. And Van Dierman not really endearing himself very well with some good defending there. He's just let the ball drop and let the striker pick it up. No one's playing at all badly, but we've got another highlight, Newport. Long throw up, finds Serran, that's the hardest name I can't say. Driver to Serranrens, who just lets it hit his heel, into Nielsen. Nielsen back to Webe. There are some odd names here. It's not as hard as Belarus, but there are some weird names in Holland. Strauman to Serrerens, looking for out to Van Overbeek, into Serrerens again, out to Driver on the left-hand side. Driver goes up the line, it's a really bad pass, and Stankov easily intercepts. Perez Rodriguez put under a little bit of pressure from the guys. They're just keeping the ball. There's definitely going to be a goal at the end of this highlight. You can smell it. You can smell the goal as Nielsen gets in behind the defender back again. Squares it. Etemende makes a good save. It's not a goal. Just wondering if we need to take Van Dierman off because he's not actually playing very well. Let's put him just as a central... We'll put him as a defensive centre-back on defend. In fact, both of them are going to go for that just so that they don't... No messing around now. We're just going to get the ball and... Get it wide or hoofed clear so that we don't mess around. As Islamovic flicks it on, it's an easy save for Atamdi in goal, who's having a much better game than what I saw him have last time, where he ended it on, I think it was like a 5.6. And I would have subbed him off, but I used all 3 subs. So Driver's looking a bit complacent. We're going to bring him off and bring on Voka, is the youngster who can't play there. He plays attacking midfield left, but he's going to play as a left winger in this game. Serran, well, there's a question for you. What can I nickname the guy who I can't pronounce his name? What shall I nickname him? As Van der Herk's got in behind, one-on-one, shoots straight at the goalkeeper. It's squared Van der Overbeek. I nearly called Van der Beek. No, that's Van Overbeek. He's tackled by Amivor, who gets it away, and that would have wrapped the game up for us. As we're just nipping into the last couple of minutes. So I'm going to drop all this down. We're going to go defensive. We're going to say structured. Much lower tempo, we'll sit fairly narrow, sit slightly deeper, we'll retain possession, short passing, play out of defence, stay on our feet, We will be more disciplined. We're gonna... They've just scored. Okay, cancel all of that. Cancel all of that. They've scored. They've scored. That's really annoying. Because I was about to just go completely defensive. But not anymore. I'm not, because they've scored. And I'm not even looking at the replay. It's going on in the background. I'm not paying attention. I'm sulking is what I'm really doing. I don't think we deserve that. We've got a lot of people that are playing well. I don't think we deserve to concede that equaliser. That's thrown me. It's really thrown me. And that's going to be game over. We're not gonna get a cheeky winner. If they go and get a cheeky winner, I'm going to be fuming. Mamadov to Van der Gag. I mean, we've played 25 seconds over the allotted time, referee. Referee, come on. Blow the whistle. There we go. He blows his whistle. I think we're unlucky to lose that. Not lose. It feels like a loss. That's what they always say, innit? Unlucky, boys. It just wasn't our night. But said, when there's not that much to play for, you don't really worry when things happen. I'm annoyed, but I'm not worried about it. So, there you go. Look, 13th. We can't be caught by the team below us. We can't catch the team above us. So, that will do there. Oh, Canberra win the Jupiler League there. Who's their key players? Khalid Karami. Yeah, he looks alright. We'll be looking to sign people sort of like him. That's what I'm hoping to do in the summer. Maybe pick up a couple of, veterans to try and use them for tutoring for the youngsters we have got. Try and get their determination up and things like that. But yeah, not too bad. Right, I'll see you for the next game against the young or PSV second team or young PSV or whatever they're called. But anyway, I'll see you there. And welcome back. Here we are away at the PSV Young Guns, but they're high flying in this league. The team is exactly the same. The only difference, Rogiven comes in goal for Etimadi in goal. Just to see again who's going to keep their place next season. They're both not brilliant, so if we can find a new goalkeeper, then we will. But there you go. There are our teams. They're lining up in the 4-1-2-2-1, my favourite formation, actually. We've had to just adapt from that a little bit just to get these three guys in. It's a shame Driver wants to leave and he's having none of it. He doesn't want to stay at all. So it is the last game of the season. The fans have been fantastic. Go out there and do this for them. Even Driver can't get annoyed at that this time. I have faith. Get out there, end the team talk, kick it off in a little huddle. Captain's there, giving it all the large, seeing what they can do, revving them up. And here we go against PSV, who I don't know enough about Dutch football to say if they've dropped any of their first team players down or anything for this game. So if you do know about Dutch football, let me know if you think any of these players they're playing are dropped from their first team. Because if they are, that's really annoying because it means they're going to smash us. But looks like they're going to have the first highlight. Gakpo puts it forward into Lammers. Lammers to Rigo. Rigo comes forward. It looks like he's chasing the referee, really. But Gudmundsson on the right-hand side into Kadiglu. Kadiglu to Gakpo again. We're playing on the counter again. We're so much weaker than this team in form and in the league position. So I thought counter was the right thing to do, as they have the first shot of the game, but it fires wide and not really causing any trouble. Oh, I've accidentally zoomed out. Mikkelsen with a throw. Throws it straight to their striker. Brilliant. As Lammers comes forward after the ball from Gakpo. Gets down the left-hand side in the pouring rain. Gets to the byline. Crosses it across. 1-0. Heads it back. Oh my god, he's missed. Why Gudmundsson headed that back, I'll never know. But Gudmundsson headed it back to Rigo, who fired wide. And we're sort of getting torn apart a little bit. Second half, we might come out on the attack. I'm saying that. There's only 10 minutes gone. But we'll see what happens. So with 5 minutes to go until half-time, literally nothing is happening in this game. They're keeping our strikers very quiet, but they're really not showing too much at the moment either. They've had 12 shots, and I haven't had a highlight since we saw them shoot wide earlier. So really nothing's happening. I'm going to come out all guns blazing in the second half, I think. We're going to change formation, mix it up, try and get a few more players attacking. We're going to push our wingers up here. Let's push them up there. I know Recevia can't really do it, apparently. But they're going to go up there. We're going to have, somebody's playing slightly better. So Recevia can play in the centre of midfield. We need to bring a new winger on for Van der Herk. Let's have a look. Well, Overbeek likes to play out here. I wonder, can he do an inside forward on that side? Let's really chuck some men forward. He can, ever so slightly. So I'm going to see if... let's put Berghaus on. He can a bit of a... bit of an all-rounder, can play a bit of everything he can. So then Mikkelsen, let's put you onto a wing back on attack. Let's put you on. They're not very comfortable doing it, but let's see what happens. We'll go on to standard just to move up to it. Normal, standard, structured. Let's go. We'll go fluid. We're going to look for the overlap. We'll exploit the middle, work the ball into the box. We'll play narrow to keep it tight. We're still going to try and retain possession. And we'll go from there. It's all taking shape into a bit of a familiar formation that we know and love. We're on this channel. We all know and love. I love this formation. I like to play with flying wing backs. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to give it a go. Let's see if it massively screws over our defenders. I don't want one on cover anymore, because that's not really necessary. And you cannot be a ball-winning midfielder. If you have people bombing on, you don't want a ball-winning midfielder in centre of the park, because he's the person that tries to chase the ball down and actually get after it. We're working the ball into the box. We don't want mixed crosses, never want mixed crosses, always want whipped. Right, into the team talk. Let's talk to the team and assertively tell them, I'm happy, keep it going. I mean, we've been terrible, but it's a confidence booster for them. 2 subs at half-time, 2 new wingers on. Did I even change them? I did change them into inside forwards, yeah. So Berghaus comes forward. Back to Mikkelsen, into Sevilla's feet, into Berghaus. Again, keeping the ball. Nice little short passing, it's good. Sevilla into Son, the target man. Held it up well. Are we going to actually get an attacking highlight from the kickoff? No, we're not. I shouldn't have asked the question. We have a throw. So Newport down in the left back position, up to Overbeek, to Sevilla on the on the side. I was going to say that's a lie. He's in the middle of the park. Berghaus comes forward, ball over the top, looking for Somé, but it's a pretty poor pass, and Sambo can easily control it and hoof it away himself. Now he finds his friend Gudmundsson, his friend, like I know them, his teammate, as it was made. Ball over the top into Lammers, looked offside, wasn't given. 1-0 to PSV Young team. Young PSV is what they're called. And yeah, damn. So Gudmundsson brought it down into Rigo. Rigo then just has a bit too much space. Kadaglu finds the ball over the top to Lammers. He did still look offside, and then he just stuck it past the goalkeeper, who's not really going to have a chance with a one-on-one like that, as the striker that we're playing isn't getting into the game at all. So we're going to put Voca up there. No, we're not. We're going to put Voca onto the wing, and then we're going to put Overbeek up there as a poacher. Again, he's just quick. So if he can get onto the end of anything, that would be absolutely wonderful. But I'm wondering, because we've got a bit more pace now. Let's go to pass it into space. We'll mix. Yeah, no, we'll still stick with that and go for that. As the goalkeeper clears it out, I think we missed a bit of a highlight there. We intercepted it and passed it back to the goalkeeper, I think. But it's ball forward. Mikkelsen has given a really poor pass away. Lammers puts it in. It's 2-0 to Young PSV. And that's, yeah, disappointing. We don't deserve anything out of this game. Look at the stats. It's been absolutely horrendous. So Mikkelsen passed it back to the goalkeeper, who cleared it. And then Mikkelsen got the ball again and thought, well, that worked well. Let's do the same again. And Lammers read what he thought, came in, makes it 2-0. Yeah, we'll stick with the tactical changes. Why not? Mikkelsen's having a shocker. We're not going to renew his loan after this performance. So this is what we're going to judge him on, which I am. So his loan is going to be ended this season. And we'll say thank you very much, AGF, but you can take your shit player back with you. As here they come again, Young. It looks like our attacking changes have possibly screwed us over. What a tackle that is from Van Dierman. As Van Dierman plays it short to Newport. Newport loses the ball. Yes, he does. Gudmundsson into Lammers looking for the hat-trick, but he's tackled by Klassen, who hoofs it away, but just gives them back possession as Gudmundsson picks it up. Gudmundsson back. It was a bit of a poor pass. Kazuglu had to run a long way to pick that up, but he's found Gakpo on the left. Back to Banin. Banin heads away. Kaduglo shoots. Great save from the goalkeeper to pluck it out of the air and going in the top corner. It is a good save from Rogivin. And that's the end of that highlight. And hopefully the end of the game, because it's been a pretty crap episode and a terrible game to end the season on. But we were playing the team that are finishing 3rd in the division, so it was always going to be pretty tough. As they get another corner, it's flied in. De Vries is, you know, no marking, no one's fussed. Leave him free, the centre-back, so he can volley it in from 3 yards. We've made a few little tactical changes, but nothing's really paying off. I mean, we haven't conceded another goal, which is good, but we're ticking down to the end of the game. And, yeah, the subs that have come on have all disappointed. The goalkeeper's had an okay game, other than conceding 2 goals, so I'm probably going to give this guy the new contract, Rugavine, because he's younger and he's Dutch. The other one's 31. The other goalkeeper's the Iranian, he's got some decent stats, but they're not brilliant. Again, shocking defending. The goalkeeper's got no chance of that. Newport completely fucks it up at the back. Don't know why he didn't either just pass it back to his goalkeeper or absolutely hoof it. I mean, we'll watch that one again because it was awful. So Gudmundsson got the ball, Cuts it to Lammers. Lammers into Rigo. Rigo over the top. Look at the amount of time he's got to do something with it. He controls it with his groin, which stops it dead, into Cagliu, who fires it in at the near post, and the goalkeeper's got no chance. And that will be the end of the game and the end of the season. So you've seen, a couple of the players. Anyone that caught your eye that we should keep? Anyone that we should definitely get rid of? I'm just going to let the assistant do it. Okay, brilliant. Ending team talk of the season was pretty terrible. I mean, the squad is looking a bit thin on quality. So we're going to be definitely looking for a new striker. Some's good, but he's very inconsistent. We're going to be looking for 100% another goalkeeper, because one of these is going to be leaving. Etamandi's going to be leaving. I've made my decision. We need a good, solid centre-back to come in. We need preferably a out-and-out holding midfielder, someone that can play there as their prime position. And we'll be looking for a left and a right winger. As well. Pretty much we're looking for all the players everywhere. That's what we're doing. That is for the summer. Our plan is to go and look for all the players everywhere. Hang on. We've got... How on earth has that happened? We've secured a playoff spot. What the hell? How have we done that? We've snuck into a playoff spot. Is that because... Surely that was always the case then. Or did it give it to Canberra? And because Canberra have won the league, it means it drops it to us. Oh my god. So we're going to be in the playoffs. So scrap the news of summer transfer windows and all of that. There's going to be another episode before the transfer window. We're going to be playing our playoff game live on YouTube. Well, not live on YouTube, but as an episode on YouTube. So there we go. And the board have been useless in trying to find anything like that. And they haven't been announced yet. When's the date? Okay, it doesn't tell us. So I assume it's just going to be drawn. I assume it'll be pretty soon, because it's very close to the end of the season. Unless the game has glitched out a little bit and it's just messed it up a little bit. I'm going to keep clicking forward and see if we get anything. So we've gone forward a few days. There's still no news about the playoffs or who's playing who or when the games are going to be. Although we've got some news now. No, still nothing. So I think what we'll do, we'll end the episode there, and we'll be back if we get a playoff game. We'll be back for that in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. In the next episode, there will be a question for you to answer again. This one is, where do you think is the most standout position we need to improve this team? Because it needs improving all over the park, but and I know we didn't have an in-depth feature about who all the players are. We will go through them at some point, probably the first episode of next season with the Graafschap, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with me. I'm loving this series, and I hope you guys are too. But for now, I'll chat to you all very soon, and I'm out. Cheers.